How you doing today? We're gonna start out with something new today. Real new. We're gonna leave that knucklehead alone for just a little bit. We're gonna talk about it, but we're gonna leave him alone for a few seconds and talk about something else. We got some other important stuff on the list. At least I do. What you got, Tia?
Have you ever been polled before?
Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you and enjoy the show.
All right, people, let's get started. Oh man, Ted, I've been thinking about this for a while. I said we just concentrating our show on the ignorant side of a gun, and I got something to talk about him and everything, but I figured I better start out with something that's near and dear to both of you and our heart.
Okay.
Sports.
Oh, bullshit. You want to
Hey,
talk about
man.
bullshit?
Hey. I see Lakers lost last night. You spent all that time watching them, and they lost last night. What the hell wrong with this coach, man? I didn't see it, but I read about it this morning. The whole second half, second half, he never brought in a substitute. The starting five played the whole second half. Was he desperate or what? Was he desperate or what? I don't know. He still lost the game.
Yeah. I'm sitting up there, I'm hollering and screaming, put so-and-so in.
He didn't put nobody in the whole second half. I couldn't believe that stuff because you got all them older guys out there, especially LeBron. He damn near 40.
And
you gonna run him the whole second half. What is he gonna be like the next game if you don't roll him out? Don't look too good for the home team, Ted.
Nope.
Don't look too good for the home team. Oh man! And then to hear that the other team's bench scored up, they went out. They didn't even hurt him. He brought his reliefs in and shit. Them boys went out there and played their butt off too, just like the starting five did.
Well, he know he blew it. I don't know what he thinking. This ain't the 1970s and the 60s.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about OK?
I think
them boys ran, and they didn't lose a game. They closed them boys out quick.
Bam! Got it over with.
They closed them out quick.
It was so quick. The star player didn't play the last game.
The star players for Oklahoma didn't even play.
John Morant didn't play for Tennessee, for Memphis.
Well,
he claimed he was hurt. I don't believe he was hurt that bad. He just fell on his hip. They just told him, say, don't even bother to play.
Oh wow!
Well, they gave him a good game the last game. They gave it their best.
Man, and I see Milwaukee about ready to be eliminated too, huh?
Yeah, something wrong with that team.
They down 3-1. They down 3-1. They got Doc, Rivers, and so he the coach, he the head coach now. He done already got a championship under his belt as a coach. So, hey, I don't know. Doc knows his stuff, so I don't know what's going on. They did an interview with him and everything, and he didn't say a whole lot, but they kept asking him about that player who's injured. What's his name? Johnny something. He was injured, and they don't know if he's going to.
Lillard.
Yeah, Lillard, right, Lillard. And they don't even know if he's going to be coming back, and he kind of throwed it off and everything a little bit and everything. I guess he kind of didn't want the other team to focus on the fact that he's not going to be there, but it doesn't look too good for those boys either. So I don't know. I think they from what I've been reading, the Eastern Conference look like they're 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds, I guess, going to probably make it into the second round. So, I don't know.
Yep, you're right.
Yep, from what they're saying and everything. So I don't know. We'll see what the heck happens. So and this might be LeBron's last season, huh? He's still gonna come back next year, you think? Whoa.
Hey,
why you say that?
You ain't gonna throw away no $25 million, $50 million. I'm sorry, $50 million.
Hell, the boy worked for billions. So what the hell is $25 billion gonna do for him? That's pocket change for him.
It's $50 billion. I'm sorry, $50 billion. Damn near $50 billion.
50 million, you mean?
Million.
Oh, well, that's still pocket change for me. A billionaire.
50 million ain't no pocket change, bro.
For him,
that's a tax bill.
That's a tax bill. Oh, you got to pay a tax bill. Oh, okay.
He might play 1 more year. He might play 2 more years. That man what he's doing is just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, I think he's basing all the stuff that he's doing on the cryogenics and stuff that he's using and stuff to stay healthy, which is a good thing and keeps him from being injured or whatever. But our body, man, can't stand that. It's gonna wear down. It ain't gonna be able to handle that. We got a body. Everybody got, skin and bone. And eventually your body is not gonna be able to keep up with all that. So I don't know. If I'm here, I'm leaving this stuff alone. I'm retiring out gloriously and everything is on top, winner and everything. There's no sense in here. What the hell are you gonna prove? What the hell he got to prove?
I don't even know why he's still playing, because it was me, I would have quit 3-4 years ago.
Right. He should have quit. Should have just left it alone, man. Just walked away from it as a hero. He got enough money, man. He got enough money for him and his family for the rest of his life and theirs too. What's the sense? I don't understand. But evidently he's got something in his mind and everything that he wants to do to prove and everything. I don't know what it is. And I don't know. Yeah, I guess we look at this thing a little different than the athletes and stuff do. You just don't want to get out of that game and stuff, but you look forward to playing basketball all the time. So
well, you look at all the players that quit and came back. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson.
Yeah, but they didn't last very long after they came back.
I know. That's pretty much why he don't want to quit. Just keep playing. There's a lot of players that played till they was 40, 42. Kareem played till he was 42.
Yeah, but he had a hell of a supporting cast behind him. They don't have that hell of a supporting cast behind LeBron right now. He still seems like he the star, and that's it. He the main cog in the wheel. Whereas Kareem, his last 2 years and stuff, he had Magic Johnson sitting there with him. Magic was the star. He was the wheel. He was inside. He was one of the spokes.
Well, we talking about that, and I don't want to be labeled the Lakers because they made a mistake.
Oh, I know it's a sore spot. It's a sore spot. I know it's a sore spot. It's a sore spot for you. It's a sore spot for you.
I know, right.
Yeah. What other things I want to bring up about? Yeah.
The big story is Shakur Sanders.
Who?
Shakur Sanders.
Shadur.
Okay.
Shadur. And that's what I was going to bring up next. Shadur. The true big story. First round draft pick, supposed doesn't get picked until the 5th round. I don't understand. Even if they thought that he wasn't a first round or a second round pick, how in the hell that he doesn't get picked until the 5th round? They must have saw something, man, in those interviews and stuff with those sports, those guys and stuff, because usually during the combine and all that time between the time they end their college careers and stuff, and then before they have their draft, there's a whole series of things that those guys and stuff go through. And man, I just don't understand how that he didn't go until that 5th round. I really don't. And even though you got these guys, these prognosticators and all the other news folks and everything trying to explain and stuff what the heck happened, you don't really get an explanation as to why they decided to not take that boy until the 5th round. Now, if a decent team had picked him up that had a decent quarterback who was starting, I think that boy would have probably made all them boys eat their damn words. Now, I don't know what's inside of this kid. I've seen him ever since he's been in with his dad and down at Jackson State. And each year that he's played on a college level, he's always improved himself. He never did not have a good year. Even as his senior year, when he got to Colorado, he still did a good job. But and his dad invested a whole lot of money, man, into training that boy. He had him a personal coach, man. In his junior year at Colorado, he brought him in a personal coach for his last 2 years there at Colorado. Trained him to be a pro quarterback. And why they did him like that, I don't know. And then I think, Ted, maybe the reason why it showed up, because when he finally did get drafted, they did this TikTok. And I don't know if it was TikTok or Twitter or whatever, they had him on there. And the boy was drunk. You can tell he was drunk. He had been drinking. He was drunk in a skunk. And he did this thing on this Twitter about how he was drafted and everything. And I looked at him and stuff. I said, man, if this doesn't prove those NFL folks and stuff right, I don't know. Why would you be drunk and stuff? If you got drafted in the 5th round, if you drunk, ain't nowhere in the world you're supposed to be getting on there and celebrating. Somebody should have stopped him right then. His brother or somebody in the family should have said, hey, man, don't do this. Wait until you get your head together and then comment about what the heck happened. But to do that thing, and he was visibly drunk and stuff when he did it, didn't bode very well for a lot of people and stuff out there. It kind of like put a stamp on why they didn't draft him until the 5th round for him to do something like that. That was very, very immature on his part. But now his brother, Shiloh, he was okay. Turned around after he didn't make it in the draft. He said, well, my daddy is my manager. He's my manager. So I'm fired. So daddy, you fired. He fired him. He went out and got Rosenthal's company and stuff and everything. As soon as he signed with Rosenthal, Tampa Bay picked him up. He signed him with a contract. So maybe his daddy was the one that caused Shadura not to be drafted and stuff on top. His daddy wasn't doing a good job. I don't know, man. What do you think, Ted? I want to get
Well,
your
I'm gonna tell
opinion
you
about
my take.
it. Okay.
But first, I'm gonna tell you, I heard a couple of things that made sense to me on both sides, because you got to look at it like this. Number one, like you just said, his daddy. You know, that's his last name, and because he oozes out confidence, and to some people, is arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the other thing is, they say that because he didn't get in the first round, he lost about 10 to 15, maybe $20 million because he didn't get in the first round.
Right.
However, there are people said this is the thing. This was all staged. How many times have you listened to more than the second round? I mean, I sat there and watched part of the second round, part of the third round, and I just said, forget it. Because I wanted to know when he was going to get drafted. And they said most people, they said they had the highest rating ever because people wanted to know when this young man was going to get drafted. And they did not draft him to the 5th round. And I'm saying they made a lot of money because so many people were tuning in because of him. Now, that's another take. Now, my take is this. I think it was all of it. And the thing is that you got Pittsburgh, who needed a quarterback because they don't have a quarterback. They drafted a quarterback, and they waiting for that boy that came from Green Bay. But I don't know. You know, I think the man, look, just like you, I watched all his games. Every one that I can find, and when he came on, I watched him. And that boy got some skill. He got some talent. He ain't all that fast, no. He takes too many sacks, yes. But man, he got some skills. He put that ball right in these people's hands. But I think that he's going to be all right if he wanted to. You know, he already said he got enough money. He made a lot of money in that NIL. So yeah, I wish him the best, man, and show him up, Sanders. Show him up. Take that position down there in Cleveland and take him to the playoffs.
But they didn't put him with a good enough team to get him there to that playoff. That team's going to be it, because if you look at the makeup of that team, the coach has been there. The owner, Haslam, they've been there since 2020, 21. And most of the time, if you got a coach who's been there at least 4 or 5 years, if he doesn't produce anything, then they're fired.
They're out of there.
They're out of there. I don't care what's going on. I don't care who they are. They fire them. So is the fact that this is the coach and the general manager's last year, what are they going to do about him? Are they going to wait and stuff and everything to let him get to where he can get out there on that field? Or because they already got what 5 quarterbacks? They got Deshaun Watson. He's kind of injured. He probably won't even play probably at all this coming year. And they got Pickett, another first round draft pick guy. They got Flacco. They just drafted that boy ahead of him from Oregon, their quarterback from Oregon, and then they got him. So they got 5 quarterbacks and stuff sitting on that roster. He got a hell of a fight, man, to get past all. He got to get past those 4 guys, but at least 3 guys, because Deshaun, I don't think you got to worry about him because he's probably done for the next year, this year anyway. So he got to fight 4 quarterbacks to get out on that daggone field. I don't know if he's gonna make it or not.
If he's good as he think he is, and I know he's good, only time will tell.
Yeah,
So I'm waiting on that.
But he got a lot of stuff standing in front of him. I'm going to mention this right quick here so we can probably get on down the road. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, the one that Jalen Hurts they got now. He was in Oklahoma when he finished up his tenure and stuff in Oklahoma. They did he had film people and stuff following him when he finally got drafted and stuff by Philadelphia. And it looks like he was in the same position and stuff as Shedeur is and stuff right now. But what he did before, even in the offseason, as soon as they drafted him, he started doing things. He started honing his talents. He went out, his parents and stuff went out and paid for people, him to have experts to come in there to tell him exactly what he was doing, how he was going to be able to make it in the National Football League. And I have to give him credit and stuff for that because he was a pretty good quarterback in college. He did a lot of things, but his throwing arm and stuff was screwed up. He could not throw the ball. He could run, he could do all other stuff. His throwing was off. Whereas Shedeur, he can't do a whole lot of running, but he got a hell of an arm on him. So, if you weighing those two together and everything, you would say, well what Sanders need to do and stuff is hone in on, like they said, getting rid of the ball soon enough and not taking sacks, because you ain't gonna have a whole lot of time back there because you got them big ass defensive linemen coming at you.
You can't be taking those sacks.
You can't be taking those sacks, man. Them boys and them boys quick. You ain't got but about 2 or 3 seconds at the most to get rid of that daggone ball and make a decision. So they're gonna have to work on him trying to get rid of that ball. Instead of just reading the defense, he's gonna have to start reacting to the daggone defense. I don't know if he's capable and stuff of doing that to get himself there, but I do know what Jalen did. He got his arm strength together. He worked with, even though they knew he wasn't a starter, all his wide receivers and stuff that was on Philadelphia's team, he called them up and started working with them out in the field. They come out there. They didn't even have practice set up. You go out there and on the field and call and say, hey, man, can you meet me out here in the field and stuff so we can start doing some routes and stuff, and so I can start throwing to you, seeing what's going on. And by him doing that, and it's kind of like self-motivating yourself. You taking it upon yourself and everything to make yourself better. Is Shedeur going to do that? I don't know. That's what I'm hoping that he does. Like he takes this daggone opportunity that he got and don't look at it as a failed opportunity, but look at it that he's going to improve himself and take the best out of the opportunity that he has. Don't mope about it. Get your head together and stuff, and let's get on out there and prove these summer guns wrong. I'm hoping he got it in him. If he does, he might be able to make it. That's my take.
Yeah.
Anyway, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers might have a good defensive back. Inshallah, I don't know.
I don't know. He wasn't, he did a few good plays, in college, but I mean, he was okay. He was fast, and but what he about 5'10", 100 and maybe 180 pounds.
He's a little bit heavier than what his dad was, and when he played and stuff and everything. I don't know if he's taller than he is, but he's just about as fast as his dad was and everything. He's a very smart kid. I can say that about him. He's not a dumb kid. Very smart. He got a good head on his shoulder, so he might be able to make it there. I don't know. by being smart. You know, you got that. You got the head. Now, Shadir, I don't know. Anyway, what else you got, Ted?
Well, I wanted to, have you ever been polled, Ed?
Nope.
Me neither. And I was watching, looking at my little news channels, and they just going through all these pollings, economy and all of these different facets. Is the 47 doing good? Is he doing bad? What do you think about the economy? What do you think about the tariffs and all that? So they, when I was living in California, I was even thinking, because then, I like to think of myself as a numbers person. And I was thinking about set up my own polling company. And I was serious then. I did all the research on it, and I looked at it, and I looked down 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And I said, no, I don't think I want to do that because it's so political. And the reason why you do polling mostly is before the political reasons. But at the same time, it's a good business because you can poll for these corporations as far as your customers and what have you. However, when you look at the dynamics of polling, it's only a small percentage of people. Sometimes they only use 500 people. They might use 1,500 people. They might use 3,000 people. But that's about it. I don't even think they go as high as 3,000. But the point is that they try to use all, different ethnic group people. They use different income stratas and all of that. However, a lot of these polls, since they do so many polls, they're consistent. And a lot of these polls hit the mark. And right now, the polling is going down on 47.
Way down.
Tremendously.
Way down.
Now, the question is anybody really listening? Because, one of the things that 47 always do is he brags on his ratings, he brags on his polling, and he brags on the stock market. He has nothing to brag about. Nothing. So what is he doing?
Lie.
There you go. You're exactly right.
Just lie. You ain't nothing going right. You just lie. He's telling people that Xi Jinping is calling him up. They making a deal. He's lying. The man, this whole organization in China is saying he's lying. They got social media, but they don't have a whole lot in China, but they do let them do a little bit. And man, they got people on there, 1.5 million people are watching these polling stuff going on, and them saying to him, "You are lying," and they're laughing at him. They're laughing at him in China. He is crazy. And all of his people, his cabinet folks, Ted, I really got to feel sorry for some of those cabinet guys. The Treasury Secretary Bassett, I feel sorry for him. Now the other old boy, the Commerce man, I don't feel sorry for him at all. He's stupid. He got money, but he's stupid. I don't feel sorry for him. The Press Secretary, I don't feel sorry for her because she's stupid as hell too. She said anything he wanted to say. But there are a few of them on there, Ted, who really are trying to do their job. I mean, really are trying to do their job, and he is not allowing them to do it. And even the news people know if whatever Trump says, he will come back to Bassett and he'll let it slip out, and he won't say it straight out, but in so many words, he'll tell them he's lying. But he won't say it out loud that he's lying, but when you talk to him, you can tell by what he's saying, he's lying. So you just said the magic word. What are they going to do with those polling numbers?
Yeah.
What are they going to do with those polling numbers? I don't think it's up to them. I think it's up to him what he's going to do with it. Go ahead. I didn't want to stop you. I just wanted to bring that up.
No. But what I'm saying is that the thing is that you saying that he's lying, and that's true because he's lying. He's fabricating all kinds of stories. Over 90 countries has been calling me and wants to make a deal. Well, have you ever heard of a guy named Jeffrey Sachs? He's a professor at one of the high-end schools.
I think it's Columbia or something. I think it's Columbia.
Yeah. And this guy's going all over the world.
Absolutely. And telling them that he's lying.
Yeah.
I'll listen to him. I'll listen to him.
Yeah. And he breaks things down. And you know, things that we talk about and we put our own analysis in it, and we hitting the mark, bro. We be hitting the mark. Everything he's saying, we have said.
Just like he just came out and said, if he was in my class after the second day, he'd been and failed. I'd have given him an F. Because the things that he's doing, the second day of their class is the lesson that he's supposed to be learning, and he said he would fail after the second day. Because anyway, man, Ted, you hear things and stuff going on, and there are folks out there and stuff who are saying, well, if you think it's bad now, it is worse than what we think it is.
Yeah.
It's worse than what we think it is. And if you I'm reaching out to these foreign news agencies who have news that's coming out. And today I was reading about this news agency there in Africa. And you know that when he got rid of that U.S. aid, it screwed up a lot of those people there in Africa. I mean, fucked them up real bad. Big time. Well, after he screwed them over, he's quietly sending his folks over there to Africa, to these countries, and trying to make deals, trading deals with them. And they had responded that there was over 10 of these major countries there in Africa and stuff and everything, big countries and stuff, Congo, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, and he made some real overtures to South Africa. But he's going over there, and in each one of those countries and stuff, they explained to them what he tried to do. He went into Ghana and told those people and stuff, the black folks over there, that he was going to let them have something like billions of dollars in trade. But to get the trade, he's asking them to give up everything they have in their country. We want to total control of your ports where your ships and stuff to come in. They belong to us. We want everything in your country, all of your oil, all your precious stuff that's coming out of their country belongs to us, just so we can trade with you guys. And most of these countries and stuff have told him, fuck you. We ain't trading with you. We're not giving up. He went into Nigeria. You know, Nigeria's got oil all over the daggone place. He told them to trade with us and stuff. I want 51% of the oil that's in your ground. Belongs to us. Don't belong to you. We taking 51% ownership of it. And the people told him to kiss their ass. Every one of those African countries and stuff, he done went in there and tried to make a deal with him, and he wanted to sit there and strangle these folks and everything. But these Chinese are coming in, and these BRIC countries are coming in, which includes Russia, and they're making deals with these African nations.
Yeah.
And they're not asking for nowhere near what the hell he is asking for. Most of them, all they want to do is invest into their countries and stuff and everything, and whatever they equal partners or the African countries and stuff control what's going on. All they want to do is invest in there. But he's telling these people and stuff, you're gonna do what I say do and everything because I know what's best for you. And a lot of those African countries said we're not going back to those colonial days and stuff when the England and all the other countries up there in Europe and stuff came down here and took over our countries. We're not going back there. We are going to be able to control our own destiny, and I can't blame them.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea this stuff was going on until I went over there and they started explaining about what the heck happened and what he tried to do. I'm the king. I'm going to tell you guys what to do. You got to trade with me.
Well, that's, he's trying to do the same thing here as well. He wants to control, and he's looking at ways how can he grift and get his money because he gonna partner with some business people, American business people, to go over there, and he gonna want to get, he want to get his cut. That's the way that works. And a lot of those business people, hey, if you can make the deal, and some of them go for it, they're gonna take advantage too. Because the one thing I found out, and I've been knowing this, but the way they talking now, they treating this man like he's normal, and he's Mr. President to them. And I'm talking about these money managers, big time companies, because they looking at tax breaks, they looking at different kinds of benefits and favors, all of that for their company. And they're going to treat him like he's normal, and they're going to get whatever they can get from him. And so what? I have to give him a few $1 million. They don't care. $50 million ain't nothing to them. They ain't nothing to them. $100 million ain't nothing to them. And so, he get 50 million here and 100 million there, and next thing you know, he done got a couple $1 billion. He working it. I mean, this is what he does, man. This dude, think about it. I don't care what nobody say. You got to say that this guy is probably one of the greatest marketers in the world. If you think about it, this man almost destroyed this country in 2020. He lied to people saying that the pandemic or the flu or whatever it was, that this thing was not that serious. And it turned out it was serious. And people still thought that he was the man. He sat there and released all of those criminals on January 6 people. And on and on. So isn't he a good marketer, or these people just got to have a white savior?
I think a lot of them did have invested so much into him that they don't think that they can do anything better. And if you actually look at it, I don't see a whole lot of folks out there who have shown that they can be able to take him out and do anything like he's doing. I really don't. I haven't seen anybody. They haven't came out. Now, like we talked about Bernie Sanders and stuff, and him going out and doing all these oligarchy trips and stuff and everything. That man's 80-something years old. It's his time out there until it's done. But who else is sitting out there and exercising their power? And people understand that if they took over and did that, they can do what he has done or better.
Well, let's look at the people who ran against Biden. Who were they? And Biden didn't even show up. Who were, Ed?
It's mostly, hell, the only ones I can think about is women. Kabler ran against him when he first started running in the primary. Girlfriend from up there in Minnesota ran against him. Who else? I can't think of any other man that
And
ran.
tell me, well, no, there was a couple of guys, I guess, but the point is that where are they?
That's what I'm saying. Where they at?
Where are they? Because
That's what I'm saying. Where
I
are
mean,
they?
whoever ran against him in 2020, whoever ran against him in 2024, where are they?
That's what I'm saying. Where they at?
Because you can't wait for 2 years after 2 years and then you're going to run for 2 years. You got to start running now.
Right.
And these people are not stepping up to the game.
You got to get out there. And that's what I'm saying. Where are they at?
No rallies.
I thought that the governor of California, Newsom, was going to be out there and stuff and start doing something positive. But he didn't got to that damn podcast he got and everything. And hell, ain't no hardly anybody listening to that shit. I don't even watch it my goddamn self. The only other person that I think that just came up into my rearview mirror and stuff is the governor of Illinois, Pritzker.
Is he an American citizen?
Yeah.
Or naturalized?
I think he's American. I'm pretty sure he is. They said that he could. They said he could run. So hey, if he couldn't, then I'm pretty sure he wouldn't. But he's got the money to do what he needs to get done.
Oh yeah, he's a billionaire.
Right. They own the hotel chain there and stuff. A lot of money involved with him. I mean, he's done a pretty good job in Illinois, but he hasn't really came out and did anything. But lately and stuff, that's been little whispers about him and stuff that he just might be something that we can be looking at, but he hasn't just got out there and did anything because this actually is his last term. He'll be term limited here in just a little bit. He can't run anymore for governor of Illinois.
Well,
but does he have a desire to run? Then you got Josh over there in Pennsylvania.
That's two.
Yeah, that's about it.
You think Kamala gonna come back?
Who? Oh no. Mm-mm.
She done.
Well, she's done because of that effort that went out there and stuff. She did a hell of a job, man. I'm telling you, but the mood of the daggone country and stuff is to let a woman be the president and everything is just not there.
What about Booker?
Nope.
Why not Booker?
I don't think Corey wants that. Corey got a big hill to climb. Big hill. I don't think Booker's ready. I don't think he's gonna make it. He might try to run, but I don't think he's gonna make it. The only ones I'm looking at is, like I said, is Josh and the governor Pritzker of Illinois is the only one I can think that'd be very, very strong candidate. The governor of Minnesota, who was a vice presidential candidate and stuff, he would be probably a good thing and stuff, but I don't think he has that appeal and stuff and everything that's going to get people to come out there and really vote for him. He's too much of a commoner.
I like the guy from Philadelphia.
Pennsylvania.
But
he's Jewish. The reason why she didn't pick him to be her running mate because he's Jewish. And people have gotta no matter what it is, there's some anti-Semites and stuff out there who are against Jews. He's Jewish, and that was the only reason why he did not get picked to be the vice presidential candidate. He was Jewish. Yeah, and they didn't figure that he could make it over that hump and stuff.
That was the reason why Al Gore didn't make it. Plus, he picked a Republican,
Mm-hmm.
and he was Jewish.
Hey, some of those
So
things,
that should
man,
have been really a runaway. It should have been a runaway contestant.
It should. But that's the reason and stuff why I'm telling you, man, if he had not if Josh had not have been Jewish and stuff and everything, he'd have been her running mate. Because he carries a lot of weight there in Pennsylvania. Now, a lot of people there respect him. But because of his nationality and stuff and everything, they left it alone. They figured that the country would not put a black woman and a Jew in the White House. Hey man, I'm being honest about it.
Let's look on the other side. Who you got for the Republicans?
I don't see anybody. They all weak sisters.
Well, I got.
And the reason why the reason why I say that they are weak sisters and stuff to you is because they have hid behind Trump's skirt. They have not stood up to him, knowing that what he is doing is wrong. They have not stood up. And even if they got death threats on them, they have not stood up. And I don't see anybody there on the Republican side and everything at all. None of them can be. Nobody in the Senate, none of the governors, none of them stand up to him. They will not stand up. And you got to stand up to them, at least open your damn mouth. If you see something going wrong, open your mouth. And what happened in that Senate should have never happened. Some of them daggone cabinet members should never have been approved. Never. None of them. Now, some of them could push up, it was okay. But that Robert Kennedy crap, shit, that boy was a fool. And everybody know it. He should have never made it. He's a fool. But they put him in because Trump said that's who they wanted. So he's got himself, he done bullied all of them. And how are you going to sit down there and tell people that you got a mind of your own and you done let this man bully you? Just like some of them are saying now about Trump being bullied by Putin. And he is. He's letting Putin bully him. Putin's part of BRIC. He's sitting over there with China, shaking Yao Jinping's hand. We friends. Yao sent his military folks over there to help Iran. Russia sent their planes over there to help Iran. And you see Trump to back down. He ain't said another word about Iran anymore since they sent the people over. They had that accident over there, the explosion. Russia sent their folks over there. He ain't said a word about Iran no more. He ain't opened their mouth. Israel ain't never said shit about him no more. You see what that scary fucker did at the papal funeral, don't you? He sat down there with Zelensky, made a big deal out of it at the funeral. They put some chairs down there for him. Sit down, y'all. And said he gonna make a deal with Zelensky. He's making a fool out of himself out there out there outside this country. A damn fool. Now he done just cussed the man out in the White House. And now he gonna make a deal with him. He gonna make a whole big thing out of him. I'm gonna sit down with the president here. We gonna make a deal at the papal funeral. And then embarrassed all the people and shit and told him, said, I'm leaving because I ain't going to when they bury his ass. I got to go play golf. And Everybody up in there got a black suit on. He the only motherfucker up there, sit up there, his motherfucking suit blue. He picking his nose, going to sleep. What kind of shit we got here, man? He making the damn food out of it. On the front row.
Yeah.
You know, people looking at him. He going to sleep. His wife sitting right next to him. She dressed all in black with all the thing on her face and all that. She respecting the papa, but he don't give a shit. He got a fucking blue suit on. Everybody else got black. And then when the motherfucking plane landed in the United States, that bitch took off and said, "Fuck you, you go and play golf." She gone somewhere else. That's how much he care about his ass. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. we got some stuff happening right now. After this evening and stuff, we're gonna know who the prime minister of Canada gonna be. Election is today. And it looks like Connie might win. He's gonna get enough folks and stuff in his cabinet or whatever he is, he's gonna have enough votes that he's gonna be able to win. If he wins, what he says tomorrow morning is going to determine what the stock market is going to do. As the new prime minister, where he goes and what he does, it's going to be all in the news. We need to follow him. But that's going to tell you what the hell is getting ready to happen. And I know damn well he ain't coming to the United States to see Trump. If he does come to the United States and see Trump and sit down with him, he probably is not going to be very, very powerful at all. Because anybody who is coming to Trump's and says anything and make a deal with him and everything is in trouble. What you got? What else? I got some more stuff, but you can go ahead.
Well, the thing that really bothers me is that the destruction of the relationship that this country had with Canada, Mexico, Europe, and a lot of other countries. And it looks like that we, or I should say this administration, is making us be a loner. We have no friends. Although we are all over the world militarily, and our corporations are all over the world, because the whole sum of it is that we were trying to not only democratize other countries, but also we were trying to, obviously get some of that, raise money and make money from, and build up a capitalist society in a lot of these countries. And a lot of these companies went over there and built their manufacturing companies, and they're doing business all over the world. They have a lot of employees, and this country is because we here in America, we're a consumer nation, but at the same time, our corporations are capitalists, and they are all over the world, even in Russia. Our franchises, our manufacturing, all of that. And to me, we were selling the American way. However, just like in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, who was being put down? Black people. Black people. And now it's the same thing. It's almost like they're telling the world, and now we have, and I'm just saying the last 30, 40 years, we have buoyed up our reputation in so many positive ways, militarily, educationally, sports, entertainment, all of that. Science, medicine. And it is a constant digging of putting our race down. If you don't think that they're not seeing all the stuff that what this administration is doing and trying to devastate our literature, our history, and our accomplishments. So now, what are these other countries thinking? What are they thinking? Because they say, well, you know, for years, there are people over there in different parts of the world, and they're Americans, but they've lived in other countries for years. They have built up capital, they have built up relationships, and all of that. And they're seeing how this country is treating Black people as a whole. Millions of Black Americans have been incarcerated. So what I'm thinking, what is the rest of the world thinking about this country? And then they see the history, because it's in video, black and white now. They see the history of all of the atrocities that they've done to us and things that we have accomplished. They're saying, wow, no, we haven't experienced devastating wars like a lot of these other countries and, you know, real hardship violence, but it has been total attack, a total attack on so many. And these people in other countries are trying to figure it out. What are they supposed to do? Because, hey, we're not looking for handouts. But see, this is that narrative that they try to put out. Like every Black person is on welfare. Every Black person is homeless. Every Black person is uneducated. Every Black person, that's what they put out. So my thinking is, what are these other countries thinking about us? And they read the history, they know the history, they know Black history, man. I'm gonna tell you, these other countries know Black history. So to me, this right here is the big question. They see stuff on TV now. They see stuff. Killing the Black people with unarmed Black people. All of that. So that's my question. This is the whole thing. What we as we can sit here and we can complain, we can sound the alarm, we can do this, we can do that. But it ain't on us no more. It's for these decent people, supposed to be decent people around the world and in this country, to step their game up. And now they're doing the same thing to these Latinos. This is almost like the 1920s, when they start, making fun of us, in every kind of way. And now they're doing the same thing to the Latinos. Something is wrong with these white folks. Not all, but a lot of them. There's rumblings around that white folks are putting up white only signs. So I'm just waiting. I just want to wait and see what the world is really thinking and what they're thinking about, and what they're going to do as far as this country, the way they have been, what they are now treating us. I mean, we saw it right there in the military. He firing all kind of black folks in the military that's got ranked for no reason at all. Now I wonder, ain't nobody saying nothing, but I wonder if they're doing that in the corporate world too. These people that's got prominent positions. Now just think you work for a corporation and you might be the director or manager of 10,000 people. And you might only be a small percentage of that group, you have other black folks that's in there, but it's only a small percentage. If you're lucky, 3%. But most of them are just other nationality, ethnic groups. And to think about all of these major corporations, these people went to school, got their MBA, got their PhD, got all the education, all the experience, and now they're looking at them like, oh, you get that because, you black. Not because of the work you've done and because you earned it. So this is my thing. That's what I want to know. I want to know, and eventually they'll start talking about it, and the world will start talking about it. Eventually, they're going to start looking at this country as a racist country because
that's a given, Ted. That's not even a thing there. They already doing that. They already know that. That's been known for a long, long time that this is a racist country. I think everybody knows that. Everybody in this world knows that.
But what I mean by that, when I say that, what I'm saying is that it's one thing to know something, but you have to do something about it. And that's the thing.
Well, I don't think that most of those countries want to come over here and even deal with it. That's our problem, and that's how they want to deal with it because they don't want us coming over there and dealing with their racial problems. So they probably look the same way with us. We're not coming over there and bother you guys racist problems. That's y'all stuff, and I don't blame them. This is our problem internally, and we have to deal with that. However, we can deal with it, and that's something that we're gonna have to deal with, Ted. We're gonna have to carry that banner no matter what. Even if we didn't have all this mess going on, it's something that we've been fighting and stuff and dealing with for a long, long, long time. And it's a horrible shame that it is that way, but there's not a whole lot we can do about it right now. Final word, brother. We have to way past our time.
Well, I'm glad I said what I said.
No problem.
I want to eventually see other countries because see we are connected to so many things around the world. And I want to see other countries get involved with this racist country. And that's what I want to see. And I believe that a lot of countries are waking up. You just spoke on it just a few minutes ago when he went over there to Africa. And these other countries are treating them, giving them fair deals. That's what I want to see. And it's going to come up. You
Okay.
can't be having no over 20 million people, 30 million people moaning a pope that's supposed to be Christ-like. So we'll see.
I got a lot to say about that, Ted. It's going through my head. But I'm telling you, all that stuff going through my head right
Well,
now.
you talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. And well, no, I'm not gonna get into that. I'll wait till tomorrow to deal with that. 'Cause, man, at least it's. No, I ain't gonna even say anything. People. We enjoyed you all today. I'm glad we broke up all this stuff and everything with our sports thing or whatever that we talked about. So tomorrow we'll probably add some more flavor and stuff to our show instead of just letting Trump just sour the pot. He done- he done- every time we get something going, we got to let him put his sour meat and stuff into our pot of stew because he
That's a
can
good
turn
saying.
he can
Sour
turn a
meat.
meal he can turn a meal bad. I'm telling you that I just oh Lord. We're gonna make it through this. I still believe that we're gonna make it through this. How are we gonna do it? I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of headaches and a lot of pain, and a lot of stress, but we're gonna have to find that door out of it. And that door is there somewhere. We're gonna have to open the right one. Anyway, people, it was great talking to you all again today, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.